Hello there, good morning. This morning I'm going to do you a left-handed tutorial for a waffle stitch. Now a waffle stitch is a lovely textured stitch that by the time you've made it does actually resemble a waffle, which is why it's called waffle stitch. It's made of two different stitches, a double crochet stitch and a front post double crochet stitch. They're US terminology. If you're using UK terminology, it's a treble crochet stitch and a front post treble crochet stitch. And there is a 3-stitch repeat and a 2-row repeat, and I'll explain what that means as we go through. So I've already made 2 double crochet stitches in this row. Now what I'm going to do is get into the repeat. What we do is for row number 1 we make 1 front post double crochet stitch, then we make 2 ordinary double crochet stitches, and then we repeat that cycle. So 1 front post double crochet, then 2 ordinary ones. The post on a stitch is this vertical part that's just here. So when we make a normal double crochet stitch, we work into this space at the top of the stitch, just here where my thumb is. But to make a post stitch, we work around the post itself. So you yarn over, and now we're going to insert your hook. So you're working on the front side of your crochet. Behind the post, just slide it behind through like that. And then you're going to yarn over and come back through. That gives you 3 loops on your hook. Now we finish it off just like a straightforward double crochet. So we yarn over and go through the first 2 loops, 1 and 2, and then yarn over and go through the second 2 loops. And there you see, we have our post stitch, and it's a raised stitch because you've worked around the post part. It doesn't sit flat and it has this raised texture. So there's our front post double crochet stitch. Now we're going to make 2 ordinary double crochet stitches. This is the next post here, and this is the hole that goes with this particular stitch. So this is where your next stitch is going to be made. Can you see that? There's the post, there's the hole. So we yarn over into the stitch, yarn over and back through, yarn over, through 2, oh, catch the split, there we go, yarn over and through 2. There's 1 double crochet, we're going to make a second one. Yarn over and in, yarn over and out, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. So this is the pattern sequence that we're going to repeat. Front post double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. So now the next one is a front post. You can see this is the stitch that you've worked into. There's the post that belongs to that stitch. Looks like a capital P. You see it? Post and then hole. So here's the next one. Yarn over, round the post. Yarn over, come back through. Yarn over through 2. Yarn over through 2. There's your post. Now 2 double crochet stitches. There's number 1, and let's do number 2 in here. Now, I'm going to do 1 more pattern repeat and then come back to you. Here we go. So that's got 3 pattern repeats on it, and you can see if I angle it a bit, you've got 3 raised stitches. 1, 2 and 3. Now for the second row what you have to do is reverse the sequence. So we did 1 front post double crochet and then 2 ordinary double crochets. For the second row you do 2 front posts and then 1 ordinary double crochet. So let's flip it over, and we're going to work the ordinary double crochet stitches into the ones that are sitting back a little bit in the row. So if you see, ordinary stitches here, and then this one, which looks like it's tucked a little bit further behind, that's the one we're going to make an ordinary double crochet stitch into. So we yarn over and we're going to do front post for the first ones. So we do 2 front post double crochet stitches, and then an ordinary double crochet stitch. There's one, round the post, there's two, and now we've come to the stitch that's sat back a little bit here. We're going to make an ordinary double crochet stitch into that hole just there. Once we've done this, we're going to repeat the sequence. So front post, normal double crochet. We're going to yarn over front post. And that's the pattern sequence for row 2. Front post, normal double crochet. Front post, normal double crochet. Now, because it's a 2-row pattern repeat, that means when you come back to row 3, you do exactly the same as you did for row 1. So row 3 will be back to being double crochet, front post. Double crochet, front post. I'm going to finish this row off and then turn it round so that you can see what the front and the back look like. So this is the end of row 2. You can see the pattern starting to develop. This stitch has a definite front and a back to it. This is the back where you can see your pairs of raised stitches, and if we flip it over, this side is the front, and you'll start to develop a grid system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 more rows and then come back to you so that you can see what it looks like when there's a little bit more pattern made. And there you go. There's 4 rows of the waffle stitch. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!